Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Across the NFL here on Huddle Breakdown. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone watching. In today's episode, we'll look at last week's game against the Los Angeles Chargers, we'll look at stats and scores across the NFL, and we will wrap it up by looking at next week's opponent, the Houston Texans, who we lost to earlier in the season. We start late in the first quarter. It's a fourth down quarterback sneak call, and actually, I didn't even think we would get the first down. On the replay here, this is a play where Madden, I could see them not giving it to us. Luckily, they do there. Here is an inaccurate pass by Minshew. A on-target football to Chenault, he would have been gone for a touchdown. Here is another inaccurate pass on the same drive. A couple fakes. It was a good play design just out in front of DJ Chark. At least if he gives him a chance, maybe he can go get it. But he really didn't even do that. But here on the very next play, Minshew redeems himself. He throws end zone to Chenault, and I still don't know how Chenault made the catch. Great throw. I don't even know how the ball got there. He was getting hit as he threw. Somehow it squeezes in between some defenders, and Chenault makes a great catch. Here is going to be a sack. Joey Bosa quick off the right side. Quick read here, not a whole lot open. Maybe outside here, maybe outside here. A good placement on the ball, like over this way. But as you see, this route does get covered up pretty good as we go forward just a little bit. Not much doing on that play, a sack, but luckily we redeem ourselves here with a big touchdown throw to DJ Chark, and Minshew almost overthrew this one, but a great adjustment on the football gets us in the end zone before half. A big touchdown for us down the stretch in this game. Now in the third quarter, Minshew rolls looking, trying to find someone, and he throws a tremendous throw to DJ Chark over the top. I don't know how Chark caught it. There's a lot of great catches in this game. Here is a disappointing play for us later in the game. The call is cover 2. Now, Zach Bond is doing a good job. This is Zach Bond in the middle here. He's doing a good job. He's following the tight end. But for some reason here, if we go just a little bit more, there's two defenders that squeeze down on this route over here, which doesn't make sense. Whoever this defender is here should be more towards the middle of the field. So for Zach Bond's AI, instead of going with the route up here, instead of going with the tight end, he crashes down for the drag route, and that leaves an easy touchdown over the top. There you see it, to Virgil Green. And it's just kind of one of those tough plays where the AI, I guess, decides to come down for the football. Instead, he should really be taking the deepest guy. And, I mean, who knows, Virgil Green against Zach Bond, if we would have made a tackle. But here again, another look at it. Comes down. You see Zach Bond coming down for this route, which he shouldn't do. One of these guys, there's two guys over here. I don't know why there's two. One of these guys should be taking kind of where Zach Bond is. But instead, Herbert hits over the top to Virgil Green, and he outruns our defense. But luckily, that touchdown didn't cost us the game. Here is a throw late in the game, or rather, a would-have-been throw. There you see just a minute and 11 seconds to go in the game. This touchdown, would-be touchdown, would have been... put us up by 7, but you see not a whole lot doing really the whole play, trying to step up, maybe very quick early on in the play we could have got a touchdown, but it's no good. Here is some bad play clock AI. So they take the sack. It's a bad play to begin with. You should throw the football away if you're going to get in that situation. But then you see there's 21 seconds on the clock in the fourth quarter here. Obviously, they have one timeout left. So you take a sack, you got to use your timeout. Instead, they don't. They run it all the way down to 1 and then take their timeout. So instead of probably 2 plays or even 3, they have now 1 shot at the end zone. Bad CPU play clock management there. Here, they almost win the game despite it. Mike Williams, I mean, it's just kind of hanging on his knee there. He doesn't make the catch, thankfully for us, although I feel like they should have got a better chance at it. Let's now take a look at some stats and scores across the NFL. We'll start in Carolina, where Matt Ryan joined NFL history. He threw for 7 touchdowns in the game against Carolina, which he now joins a list of 8 other NFL quarterbacks to throw for 7 touchdowns in a game, which is tied for the most ever, throwing 2 touchdowns to Julio Jones, 2 to Hayden Hurst, and he threw 3 to Calvin Ridley. The Falcons get a big win on top of the Panthers, 49-21. In Cincinnati, where the Bengals bounce back after a loss last week to the Browns, they win 24-21. The Titans' struggles continue. They fall to 1-6 on the year, losing 6 straight, and after the bye week, they can't figure anything out. They lose 24-21. In Cleveland, where the Browns get another big win, they win 24-17 on top of the Raiders. Henry Ruggs had a phenomenal game, 11 catches, 155 yards, and 1 touchdown. But it doesn't matter because the Browns get a big win to stay on top of the AFC North. They win 24-17. In Detroit, where the Colts squeak out a win against the Lions, 20-17. Phillip Rivers had a touchdown and an interception on the day. Jeff Okudah, the corner for the Lions, 4 tackles and that interception on Phillip Rivers. Colts kicker Stephen Hauschka struggled today, though. He kicked 2 for 4 on field goals, but he did hit 2 big ones in the fourth quarter to force overtime, and then in overtime to win the game. The Colts will win, but we'll have to look at the kicking situation. They win 20-17. In Green Bay, where the Packers lose at home to the Vikings, 34-31. Justin Jefferson had 2 touchdowns, and Dede Westbrook, the new wide receiver for the Packers, who was traded away a couple weeks ago from the Jaguars, does not get 100 yards on the day, but does get 10 catches. The Vikings' lead in the NFC North now grows. They win 34-31. The Bills win on top of the New England Patriots, 24-17. Cam Newton, 2 touchdowns. Julian Edelman had a good day for the Bills. Josh Allen had 2 touchdowns, and Stephon Diggs also had a good day. The Bills will get a big win. They'll snap the losing skid and get a win to go to 5-3 on the season. They win 24-17. In Kansas City, where the Chiefs keep their slim playoff hopes alive, they win 24-7 to the visiting Jets. Sam Darnold didn't have a passing touchdown, but did rush for the Jets' only touchdown in the day. But the Chiefs were down in the fourth quarter, 7-0, and they go on to score 24 unanswered in that fourth quarter to get the 24-7 win. In Miami, where the Dolphins' struggles continue, they lose 38-17 to the Rams. Jared Goff, 3 touchdowns. Devontae Freeman had a great day, 18 for 135 and 2 touchdowns. Tua, not a great day. Jordan Howard did get a rushing touchdown, but the Dolphins lose 38-17. In Chicago, where the Bears score more points today than they have in their last 3 weeks, they win 21-7. Emmanuel Sanders, 140 yards on the day, but Jimmy Graham, in a revenge game against the Saints, gets 10 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdown. And the Bears win, keeping their slim playoff hopes alive, 21-7. In Seattle, where the Seahawks win big over the 49ers, 35-13. Garoppolo, a touchdown and an interception on the day. Russell Wilson played very well. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The Hawks have now won 2 straight. They win 35-13. In Philadelphia, where the Eagles get a big win, 31-15 on top of the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb can't crack 100 yards, but does get a touchdown. Carson Wentz throws for 4 touchdowns on the day, and the Eagles get a big win in that division. They still are behind the Giants, but they get a win, 31-15. And for those Giants I just mentioned, they win 28-24 on top of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But more to the story for Tampa Bay. They've lost now 3 straight games. Their defense has given up 128 points in those 3 games, but it's not all on the defense. In the last 3 weeks, Brady with 6 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions over those 3 games, so it's not all on the defense. This team's struggling mightily these last 3 games. The Giants get a big win, 28-24. We'll now look quick at our opponent coming up this week against the Texans. We played them back in Week 5. We lost 38-29, and that is a game where Watson really ran all over us. He threw very good. and he ran very good on the read option. He only had 3 rushes, but they were very big runs for a lot of yardage, and he was able to seal the game with a run at the end. Hopefully we can figure out how to stop him and the read option. We thank you for watching today's episode of Across the NFL here on Huddle Breakdown. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. If you'd love to help the channel out, you can like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and we will see you around at the next Huddle Breakdown.